Jai Ma. Today we are going to listen to 19th chapter of Roaring Silence, Liberation of a Soul. I have decided to continue my stay at Indore ashram itself for a few more months. The research on vibrations of Bindu of Sri Chakra was in progress with some perceivable results in the desired direction. After the butterfly incident, Baba also became little transformed, as a good friend helped me a lot in making the research a success. For all we have taken the same Shastra as our shelter. Evenings, 1 hour, I gave lectures on Sri Vidya or allied subjects, and night I either read or practiced certain mantras or writing. Almost the first phase of my research was over. The manuscript of Secrets of Sri Chakra became ready. Nowadays, I was taking things relaxingly. I engaged more in contemplation than thinking. In my night sadhana, I did Sahaja Japa with observation. With these amendments in routine, I was regaining the lost energy I spent on the butterfly adventure. A different kind of clarity, with some depth in feelings, was descending from within. One day I was reclining in a chair in the room and was brooding on some emotional aspects of Sri Vidya. Suddenly, I heard some jingling sound of anklets of a woman. Somewhere around, I turned my head and searched. Nobody was there. I thought maybe a hallucination. Did not pay much attention. The next day also, the same sound was heard during night outside of my room. I opened the door and verified. Who might be that? But nobody was there. This was repeating almost every day. I became doubtful whether somebody is playing mischief because such things are common in ashrams. Managers of the ashram resort to such tactics of using women, devotees, or fellow sadhus to drive away or get rid of when they feel or smell any threatening to their position, or if newcomers started gaining more popularity than them. So I thought it may be some such foul play and wanted to be careful. Without telling, I watched the attitude of everyone in the ashram. I found no discrepancy in anybody's mind whatsoever. Then my attention turned towards other possible angles. Now I decided to find out the truth. So I kept awake and alert during nights, and the possibility of it coming from the adjacent house also was cleared. But the sound was there, not a hallucination, and it was becoming more vivid. I kept alert, watching all possibilities in mind with some kind of curiosity and scare. One night, it was around 1 o'clock, I saw a beautiful young village girl sitting on one of the bench which was below a tree outside my apartment room, straight below my bedside window. I never saw such a girl in this ashram before. Even if devotees might have come from outstations, they might see only during daytime. No women are allowed to roam even during daytimes like this. No question of during night times. Then how come this girl, without any fear or without the knowledge of anyone in the ashram, sitting like this in the garden? Even though a bit of fear appeared in my mind, my throat was choking but gathered some courage. In a staggering voice, I asked her, "Who is she?" She glanced at me but did not answer. It appeared she was in a deep silence. I repeated asking 2 or 3 times, but no answer at all. But my peace has gone with the wind. I closed the door, sat on the bed, did Achamana, and started doing japa vigorously, because out of the signs of dress and all, I doubted it to be some spirit or some ultra human activity. I told Baba about this in the morning. Baba was not ready to buy my story. He said, "See, here in this ashram, where Ma's presence is immense, no other impurity in the surroundings, which is warranted such things to exist." His argument was logical too, for his belief in such matters might have thought I am hallucinating due to stress or strain of continuous sadhana for the past few days. So I kept mum with a displeasure. I too cannot insist him for any further help in such abstract issue. So took back my file but decided to meet the situation in a different angle and perspective. So requested Baba that you be at my disposal because it happens during the odd hours of the night. It may be needed. I may disturb you in the night to prove my case. Baba said, don't worry. I will be at your call whenever such necessity arises. He agreed. Again, after a few days, the same sound and the vision of that girl reappeared. As the matter now has turned out to be a prestige issue, with an accumulated courage, I called the girl from inside. She was out in the garden. I asked demandingly, who are you? Why you are here? To my surprise, this time the so-called girl, with a sense of intimacy, as if a normal human being, she spoke to me. She was well dressed and full of ornaments, good makeup, as a bride, and young. She talked, Ram Ram Babaji, my name is Ragini. At present I am an estranged spirit. When I heard this word from the spirit, I started sweating. I have read and heard, but this is the first encounter with the so-called red things. I asked why you became a spirit. So she started saying, few years back, when this area was not much inhabited and developed, this area was like a backward village and a small road was running here. It was the day of my marriage. I was being taken to the village of my in-laws immediately after the marriage ceremony. It was already little dark, almost sunset, and there was an hour left to reach the village. 3 or 4 bullock carts filled with a marriage party was moving in celebration. The man who was driving a cart was drunk, so was in a booze. A motor vehicle was heading from the opposite direction. Due to the headlight of the vehicle, the bulls got agitated and started running amok. The bullocks ran madly out of control, and the cart in which we were, just married couple, were sitting overturned, and I, the bride, died on the spot. Since then, due to lack of knowledge about the rituals, rites, neither my parents nor my in-laws took any care to absolve me of my situation, and I am estranged, so I am here shuttling. She stopped for a while, and I asked, but why you are here now, sitting in front of my room? I hang around here only, but since few days I visit here regularly because we spirits too get agitated due to some worldly disturbance. I felt some solace when by chance passing this place recently. Since then I am frequenting. Why? I asked. She told, the sound of mantras you chant gives some relief. I felt a lot of solace, so please don't drive me away. I won't harm anyone. In between there was a chime hanging in my room that due to light breeze from outside started making a nice sound. It was very soothing for me, but that girl was not able to withstand that. She disappeared. I knew by hearsay that sound of chimes keeps such spirits away, so that they are used in the house. But now I have seen it. But I was disappointed. By talking to that spirit, those fear consciousness have disappeared. Now I gain some knowledge about that spirit. Next day morning when I met Baba, I did not initiate the conversation bluntly like the previous presentation of this issue. I asked Baba, how old is this ashram? He told, maybe more than 30 years. How long you're in this ashram? Next I asked Baba. I'm almost here from the beginning. Oh, I replied. When this main road was laid, I asked Baba, and he said, until recently, maybe 20 years, before that there was a small raw road in front of the ashram. This place was calm and quiet. This is why we selected this place for ashram. I asked. Then you remember an accident which took place? Some marriage party people died in that? No, Baba could not contain himself. Came to the edge of the chair, as if a fan of Sachin is going to hit a double century. What? How do you know that? He exclaimed. I said, the name of the girl bride died was some Ragini from Mahu. Baba was fully stumped. Now Baba does not have any excuse but to hear my story. She is the one frequenting nowadays? You did talk to that preta? Baba asked me. I said, of course, yet lot of things to be known of her. But the chime spoiled, but I hope she will come back. Baba requested me not to reveal this outside because boys in the ashram, especially the Bengalis, will become scared and may run away. Then I will be in trouble for the want of servants. I told, don't worry, it is only trailer, the picture is yet to come. Baba, if some karmakant is required to appease her so that she could be released of her plight, you should help me. Baba said, definitely, I am ready to do that. And he added, if you are scared of that, you can stay with me. I told, not at all. If required, I will show you. By now, my whole attitude about preta, astral body, spirit, all revised automatically. An unknown authoritative courage has filled within. That day I slept very well. All the red facts about preta, spirit, and astral body came one by one, leading me to think that if possible, I should help her to get rid of this state. Me to be happy the next day as I was expecting to the same jiggling sound. I now, without any perplexity, call her by name. When she heard her name, I was able to see her happiness. With a jump, she reached near the window and did pranams. She said, after leaving the body, this is the first time I hear someone call me with such a love. In this plane where I am, such a thing is a miracle to happen. If you can move me so much, I hope you can save me also from this preta yoni. I asked her, is this the first time you are roaming in this ashram like this? She replied, yes. Why not before? I questioned. She said, we who are in astral body cannot stand in one place where there is no purity in spiritual surroundings or in front of people who do not have enough vital power. Here, after many long years, you are doing some Sattvic mantra japa. You do pranayama also, which gave you strong vital force, which only makes one fearless. If pranic shakti is not strong, one cannot become fearless. That is why I am able to remain in front of you for such a long time, and you also talking to me normally without any fear. Unless we get such situation, we cannot remain static, so we cannot feel peace either, which I am getting now. Please do something and save me from this yoni where I am now stuck, without any direction to go further. Please help me. Her voice became pathetic. Now my nerves started cooling. I gained lot of grounds in my understanding. This one for me as a sincere spiritual sadhak gave an insight of 100 births. For a man of superficial living, this may look an ordinary incident of talking with an ultra-empirical existence. But for me, the value of this incident is great. I was searching for a solution within my acquired knowledge as to what could be done for the soul to be elevated to higher realms of existence. Then some of the rituals Nambudris perform in such situations came to my memory hazily. Sometimes individual souls have their own set of karmas also. By now she disappeared. Why I do not know. But for another few days she did not come because I failed to ask her whether she has any specific desire, which if fulfilled, she could get released. Now it does not look like an extraordinary incident to me anymore. With a sincere longing of helping a soul, I was waiting for her to appear again. If not, I decided to call her in my own way. Next day morning, as prelude was already made, I said all the things she told, and she expects from us to do something for her liberation. He started showing words. I said, "See, one is not supposed to expect or search answers with reasoning for every experience we come across. It just happened, for which we have our Shastras as Pramanas. We have to believe in them. You have not seen sweet and jaggery, but you experience it. No certificate is required from others for what you have experienced. Maybe it is illogical to others. We cannot give demonstration for everything to everyone. But I want to prove to Baba what is happening there." My meeting with the girl now was nil. I thought that she wanted to convey something more to me, and from her voice, I could make out that she was caught in some anguish. But something stopped, blocked, curtailed, or threatened her from doing so. Otherwise, she might have come again, as she was getting solace also, as per what she was saying. Or it is possible too, the spirit might have thought I may subdue her and exploit her like most tantrics do with spirits. I have seen such people with such trick have become millionaires. Glaring examples are available in Delhi itself, a city of intellectual idiots. Anyway, she disappeared. So devised a program of my own. After few days, on the day of an Ashtami Tithi, I asked Babaji to be with me in my room at night without revealing the purpose. In the meantime, I got a sandalwood and carved a statue of Ragini in it, and I got all the rituals in place, refreshed in my memory. After midnight, I did a small puja in the name of Ragini and did Ahvahana of Ragini, and she appeared on the bench of that tree just near to my bedroom window. I asked Baba to look at the bench where Ragini was sitting, but nothing was visible to Baba, but he heard the sound of Payal even now. I requested her to do me a favor by allowing Baba to see her. She told, "He cannot see me like that. Not because he may be a papi, weak, etc., but due to keeping some worldly desire makes one weak by making them unable to see entities like us. And if we allow them to see, their powerful waves of desire will drag us again into this world, which we especially do not want to go back to the world from where I am now. For we know more things about this world by now than you people. How worst it is a place for a pure Atma to remain. But I'll be visible for him if you touch him or he touches you and try to see me. So ask him to touch you and look to me." Fortunately, Baba could hear her sound. Touching my shoulder, Baba looked at the bench. Now Ragini was visible to him also. His face changed and asked me to tell her to leave that place forever. I conveyed Ragini this. She said, "Not the question of leaving the place. I will get released in this yoni if you could do me a favor." "What is that?" I asked. She said, "You give a bandhara, freeing poor, in my name and submit that karma to the god. Upon that merit, I will be able to shed this body. The bandhara should contain dal, vati, churma with ghee, and I promise I will be liberated. Then I will leave this place." I agreed. We said we will do the puja and bandhara on the coming Amavasya day. Here, when Baba saw the things, he heard a voice like a normal human. He was left with no option but to obey. But for a miser, when money counts, he will be ready to forego his life, but not his penny. It took me a lot of oils to make Baba realize the retribution of going back from his commitment as a sannyasi, for whom such situations are godsend ones. Thus, on the next Amavasya daytime, we did a nice bandhara, feeding the poor. In the night, a puja was arranged. A small idol was made of chandan, made in the form of the young girl. Dal, vati, churma, ghee was prepared and other puja items arranged. Did the puja in my bedroom itself. After Avahana, I told that the young girl's idol, "You must show me a proof that you accepted my Naivedyam and you are leaving this place." Just when I offered Naivedyam, we have witnessed that the plate in which the Naivedyam kept shook a little, and after Arati, Automatically, the lamp lit for puja burst by itself as an indication of liberation to the soul. I believe this made Baba spellbound and was looking at me with altogether a different eyes. Of course, now with a newborn belief and faith in our Shastra and Rishis. In Kerala, Nambudri Brahmins often perform such pujas and kriyas which they do for betterment of departed soul. I learned such kriyas and pujas from a relative at my village during my college days, just out of curiosity. Now it came in news. When this news spread afterward, some faceless intellectuals with a name as kings among Babas came, started questioning me and started scolding Baba for allowing such irrational things to happen in ashram where people like them are visitors. I said, there was no eye-washing business or cheating tactics. I have full biodata of the girl with me. Anyone wanted can cross-check the facts, then entertain any questioning. Of course, if the modern scientific process of gaining knowledge has no value for such things, it is its inability to accept the fourth dimensional existence. For science, only three dimensions are visible. To enter the fourth dimension, you have to leave, rather kick the ego called your scientific validation of things. Spirituality will never conform to your norms. Your science should lick spirituality sweet. Science is going to take you to the ignominious act of asking for DNA certificate to prove your sonhood. This is what the shameless perverts teach us as science. So, science, like parasite, destroys its own source of living. Scientific thinking is destroying the very mind in which it took birth. Mind can never reach heart if you forget to put the spirit in it. If you do not know what a heart is, you will never come to know the music of life. Then what is the meaning of living here with all those scientific amenities? Scientists have made human as testing ground for their inventions. It is a slavery to greedy scientists and not science. It is the end of chapter 19. Our current education system builds walls in our mind which then does not let us expand, because of which we are not perceptive to the many different possibilities. At some point in time in our spiritual path, we have to break those walls to understand more and proceed further. In this chapter, we see Guruji showing kindness even to the ghost. For the most evolved and evolving, they understand that kindness is to be shown to all, including spirits and ghosts, as long as they are not very negative force. Just like Lord Shiva, who is also known as Bhutnath, who is the ruler of the ghosts and spirits. Love and kindness is the highest language of enlightenment. They overflow with love to not just those around them, but to the entire universe. Chapter 20 will be released next Sunday. If you enjoyed this video, please do share with your family and friends. Jai Ma.